Hello, and a very warm welcome to the English Story Nook. We are so happy you are here to learn English with us today. Today, we're diving into a story about a woman named Juicy, who lives in a world where every social event is rated online. Get ready to discover what happens when she decides to host a simple birthday party for her friends, completely offline. It is a story about technology, friendship, and the importance of being true to yourself. Before we begin, if you enjoy our stories and want to support what we do, please give this video a like and subscribe to the English Story Nook. You can also consider buying us a coffee. The link is in the description below. Every bit of support helps us create more wonderful content for English learners like you. And now, to the story. She hosted a party. No one came. But everyone watched. Juicy Ripamonti's apartment was an island of analog silence in a digital sea. Outside her window, the city hummed with the incessant glow of augmented reality advertisements and the chime of social notifications. Inside, however, there was only the scent of garlic bread and the soft jazz she'd chosen from a dusty collection of digital files. It was the evening of her 30th birthday party, an event that, in its simplicity, was a deeply subversive act. In her world, experiences were not simply had. They were produced, rated, and consumed under the watchful eye of Alcerion Dynamics, the ubiquitous platform that governed modern social life. People didn't just meet, they attended optimized social gatherings with guaranteed satisfaction metrics. For weeks, Juicy had felt suffocated by the platform. Her feed was a stream of perfectly framed moments. Friends on sponsored hikes, colleagues enjoying algorithm-approved cocktails, and the endless, vapid smiles of influencers experiencing authentic joy for a fee. The whole system felt profoundly disingenuous. So, she had decided to do something radical. She had sent personal, untracked messages to a dozen friends, including Sajjad Tranquillo and Manola Seda, inviting them to her home. No registration, no experience rating, no live stream. Just a party. An act of rebellion against the total commodification of human connection. The clock on her wall ticked past 8 p.m., the official start time. The garlic bread was cooling. The playlist had cycled through twice. Her phone, which she had reluctantly placed on the counter, remained dark. At 8:30, the first message arrived. It was from Manoli. "So sorry, G. Something came up. A platinum-tier sunset viewing experience. It would have been social suicide to miss it. Happy birthday!" One by one, similar messages followed. Each was a polite refusal, a choice made in favor of a more quantifiable, socially profitable evening. The empty room seemed to grow larger, its silence amplifying her disappointment. If she had known this would happen, she wouldn't have spent 3 days planning. Then, at 9:15, her apartment's smart hub lit up. A notification from Alcerion Dynamics appeared on her wall. "Congratulations, Juicy Ripamonti. Your solo birthday authenticity event has been detected and is now trending. Viewers are joining the experience stream." Juicy stared in horror. The platform's ambient sensors had picked up her party preparations, interpreted the lack of guests, and packaged her solitude as content. A small embedded camera in her ceiling, one she'd never given a second thought, was now broadcasting her private failure to the world. The commodification of her loneliness was complete. She was no longer a person in a quiet room. She was a product. A live chat feed appeared in the corner of her vision, an overlay only she could see. The comments were a bizarre mix of pity and analysis. "So brave. This is a powerful statement on modern alienation. I rate this experience 4/5 for its raw, unfiltered sadness." The praise felt more violating than any insult. It was all so disingenuous, a performance of empathy for a spectacle they were consuming. Her phone buzzed. It was Sajjad. "Juicy, I'm watching. I'm sorry I didn't come. Listen, your social standing is becoming precarious. The algorithm doesn't like unrated events, but a trending stream is different. You need to play along. Curate the experience for the viewers, or your score could crash." His warning sent a chill through her. A precarious social standing could affect her job, her housing, everything. She was trapped. Ending the stream would be an act of defiance that would ruin her. Continuing meant performing her own misery. The stream of notifications was incessant, each one a tiny demand for her attention, her emotion. For a moment, she considered it. She could cry. It would be easy. The viewers would love it. Her rating would soar on a wave of manufactured sympathy. It was what the system was designed for, turning genuine pain into ephemeral, marketable content. But as she looked around the room, at the food she had cooked, the music she had chosen, a different feeling began to rise within her. It was a quiet, stubborn anger. This was her evening, her life. It was not content to be consumed. Her attempt to host a subversive event had been co-opted and turned against her. But she still had a choice. She could refuse to perform. She decided to become completely oblivious to her invisible audience. Juicy walked to the kitchen counter, poured herself a glass of wine, and picked up a slice of garlic bread. She ignored the chat feed flickering in her periphery. She put on a new playlist, turning the volume up just enough to drown out the hum of the city. Then, she began to dance. It wasn't a performance. It was a clumsy, joyful, solitary dance in her living room. She was no longer thinking about Sajjad or Manole or the thousands of strangers watching her. She was simply there, in her apartment, on her birthday. She was oblivious to their judgment, their ratings, their demands. The chat feed exploded with confusion. What is she doing? Is this part of the performance? This is boring. 2-5. Her social standing fluctuated wildly, but Juicy didn't notice. She was too busy enjoying the taste of her wine and the freedom of her own movement. The joy she felt wasn't the loud, performative happiness of the Alasirion Dynamics feed. It was quiet, deep, and entirely her own. It wasn't ephemeral. It felt solid and real. She had spent so long trying to curate a perfect life for others that she had forgotten how to live one for herself. Finally, she sat on her sofa, tired and content. She picked up her phone and, with a decisive tap, disabled all notifications from Alasirion Dynamics. The silence that followed was the most beautiful sound she had ever heard. The world outside would continue its frantic pursuit of rated, vapid experiences. But in her small apartment, Giusy Ripamonti had found something far more valuable. She had hosted a party where no one came, but she had managed to show up for herself. And that's the end of our story for today. Juicy's experience makes us think about our own lives. How do you like to celebrate special moments, online or offline? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. We always love hearing from you. And remember to check the description box below for some extra materials to help you practice. Thank you for joining us at the English Story Nook. Keep practicing, stay curious, and we look forward to seeing you in our next story. Happy learning and goodbye for now.